All right, from under my jib. This is how I like to set up my ATEM Legacy with the monitors. So I am using the laptop to monitor audio, and then I'm using the two monitors for preview and program. And then you can certainly just use the one monitor and have everything there, which is just fine. And then I'm using the brain, that's what I call this, as basically just an aux router that I can see. So there's loop throughs on the back. So on my aux bus, I can switch whatever I want. And aux 2, I can route whatever I want in there and see where it's going. So that is my basic general setup. All right, so looking at the wiring, it's pretty straightforward. We'll just start from this end. So Ethernet out of the laptop loops around and goes into the panel, out of the panel, and around, shoop, into the switch, right there. You can also just go from the switch directly to the panel. You can do that as well. Or you can go from the switch to the laptop. That is the wiring. The monitors are very straightforward. 1 and 2 right there, and power. And they go into the power bar. And there's a little power whip right there. And that's it. On the back, the auxiliaries are down here. So there's your loop throughs from the monitors. Basically, that's how it works. So those are the two auxes, but you could also go program preview right there out of the BNCs into the little monitors, or however you want to route that. And then tucked in there are the loop throughs. So there's your two outputs. So the monitors, so they loop through. So basically that allows you to monitor on the two 7-inches. There's your multi-viewer and your program for the two displays right there. Or you could also come out of the SDI's program and preview and go into the monitors here, or whatever you like. So that's about it. There's your inputs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in the HDMI, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the SDI's, and multiple outputs right there. You don't need the USB. It's all updated. Your Cat 5 is there, and the other thing to know is your audio is on a whip. So there's this thing here that just whips out into a breakout, audio in, audio out, and time code. That's about it for wiring. Okay, just gonna go through packing, unpacking really briefly. So this is the support case, and it's got the laptop and all the stuff. There's your Cat 5s and your power bar, and then there's some extra bits. You got a BNC removal tool, because it's kind of hard to get some of the ports. Some BNC adapters for the loop throughs. That's a Y adapter for the audio, just in case you get a mono feed, you need to split to both channels. USB for the updating, you won't need to update it, it's all been updated. And a clamp, sometimes it's nice to just clamp some of the cables down. Anyway, stuff all just nests in there, and then I have this pad, pops in there, laptop, over top, straightforward. Okay, switcher goes into this case. There's a little cutout there just to keep it from bouncing around upright, and the power supply, and that's that. The switcher, I've got the front lid on already because it's face down, but basically you've got your audio snake kind of in there. You kind of take your power and just sort of tip it in, unplug the BNCs so that they're not stressed by compressing stuff down. Just curl the power cable up and set it there. Just mind these fans, just loosely. And you just take your lid. There's a couple of lineup points, which are there and there. Really straightforward. You know what to do with that. Click, clack. There you go. And finally, the monitor case. It's really straightforward. One goes upside down, one goes right side up. You don't have to take the bases off or anything else. And then two powers, 2 HDMIs down there, and make sure it's against the back of the screen, not the front of the screen. And that is the ATEM Legacy.